no matter how early in the game it is or in the half, to get the play right rather than rely on it.
However, he might not be able to get a play right on a potential challenge. He does not have any timeouts left. Of course, under 2 minutes, any potential challenge goes up to the replay booth. Good punt by Ruin. This is McDonald. Shaun McDonald
needs a few blocks.
Out to midfield, and it's Heath Evans, the backup fullback, who finally forces him out of bounds after a 33-yard return.
The Rams still have life. They may be trying to play fast and furious. It might be a little late for it, but there's still life with this team here on the road.
Line of scrimmage will be the Seattle 41. Mike Martz and the Rams trailing by 10.
One thing you know about any defense going up against the Rams, they all know how dangerous this team can be, regardless of the score or the time of the game. And so you can never shut it down against this offense.
.337 remaining from the Seattle 41. Jackson, the lone back. Bulger to the air on first down.
Got him.
He's going deep.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Oh, man.
Kevin Curtis. 41 yards.
Oh, that was a strike. And man, can this offense strike fast.
We welcome those of you who have just joined us, who have been watching the Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. .330 remaining, fourth quarter here in Seattle. For those of you who have just joined us from Denver, the St. Louis Rams, who trailed 27-10 just moments ago, have now pulled to within 3. A 41-yard touchdown pass from Marc Bulger to Kevin Curtis.
Well, watch. Well, Bulger here is going to pump fake to the right. This is double coverage. Bobby Taylor there, Terrell Vieira, Trufant, I mean, Kenny Lucas. That's the first time this year a receiver has gotten behind the defense for a touchdown like that. And there's no excuse for that, because you should be playing deep to short. You should never allow the receiver to get behind you. And here today, Lucas, a couple of interceptions. Bulger getting hot here in the fourth quarter.
Bulger has thrown 2 touchdown passes, also ran another one in. Marshall Faulk only 46 yards. Now remember, the Rams do not have any timeouts remaining. Is it too early to onside kick?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think you still have 3.5 minutes to go. You got the 2-minute warning, which is going to stop the clock. I think, you know, the defense feels pretty good about itself, Kenny. They just had a 3-and-out for Seattle in the last series. I would kick off here. You just saw that offense scored on one play. I mean, they have that kind of striking ability. Jeff Wilkins, their field goal kicker, has got a good, strong leg. Kicked a couple over 50 yards this year.
The Rams with 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes, 4 seconds to pull to within a field goal. Wilkins kicks it off. Taken at the 6 by Maurice Morris. Trev Faulk, yet another tackle on special teams for the Rams following the 19-yard return by Morris.
Well, the Seahawks trying to stay undefeated, trying to get to 4-0 for the first time in team history, trying to stay on track with the Eagles, with the Patriots. This is a huge series right here, and it's really on the offense right now. Hasselbeck has been efficient today. You know, 14 misses there, 7 of them have been drops by his wide receivers. He's actually been much better than what those statistics look at.
Seahawks led at the half, 24-7. It's now a 3-point game. Hasselbeck to the air on first down.
Held on that time.
Corrin Robinson took a hard hit from Kwame Lassiter, but made the catch up at the 36.
Mike Bulger getting a little aggressive here in the play call and getting Hasselbeck out of the pocket. He does this very well. Gets his feet set going that direction, and that time He went back to Robinson, who's had a number of drops today. Allowed him to go earn his check.
A Seattle first down. Remember, St. Louis without any remaining timeouts, so the Seahawks will try and work this clock down.
Different formation here, a bunch formation by Seattle.
Hasselbeck to throw again, and this one is incomplete. Bobby Ingram, usually sure-handed, unable to make the catch. Clock stops, 2:35 remaining.
Well, that's the key right there, is it stops the clock, Kenny. Well, he's got Ingram wide open in the middle of the field. You don't see a single defender around there, and they threw it behind him. That was a miss on Hasselbeck that time.
Second and 10 coming up. Seahawks lead by 3. Three wide receivers set. Alexander out across the 40.
They should run this down to the 2-minute warning here. Be a third down coming back after the timeout.
Seahawks will take it all the way down.
It really is going to come down to one play here on third down.
It'll be 3rd down and 5. Remember, the Rams without any remaining timeouts. They used 2 in the 3rd quarter, 1 here in the 4th. They have come back from a 17-point deficit, trail by only 3 with 2 minutes remaining in Seattle.
Well, the passing game of Seattle today has been some good and some great. Excellent throws and catches, and then it's been full of drops as well. The inconsistency in their passing game from the receivers right now is hurting this football.
3rd down and 5. If the Seahawks convert, they will be able to run out the clock. They must get to the 46 for a first down. Hasselbeck in trouble. Down he goes. Lost the football. Looks like the Seahawks have recovered. They will be forced to punt, and it will be the place kicker, Josh Brown, who will punt. Tom Ruin out with a pulled hamstring.
Kenny, they broke down the protection of the Seahawks that time. Leonard Little, their best defensive player by far, is unblocked in this play. Everybody squeezed down to take the blitz inside, and Leonard Little was right on top of Hasselbeck. A couple of really good defensive series by the Rams defense the last 2 times on the field.
So the place kicker, Brown, forced to punt here, Brian, with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining. Seahawks use a timeout. Tom Ruin, the veteran punter, on the sidelines with a pulled hamstring.
Well, I tell you, regardless of what happens here today, in New England and Philadelphia, when they've gotten leads like this in the 4th quarter, they put teams away. They don't allow the opponent to get back into the game. And Mike Holmgren right now wants to know if this is all nightmare here in the 4th quarter. Give credit to Mike Martz and his group. They've kept clawing, fighting. Bulger has gotten razor hot here in the 4th quarter. We'll see if they can keep this thing going. Josh Brown has not been in this situation before in the NFL.
Punter back in high school.
Rams playing for a return all the way. They're doubling the outside guys here, playing for the return.
Brown gets it away. Shaun McDonald tackled at the 37. 35-yard punt. Tracy White, the tackle on special teams. Marc Bulger in this 4th quarter, 5 for 9, 90 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception.
Well, here it is. I mean, Seattle came in with the #1 ranked defense in the league. Marc Bulger's got a little smile on his face. Who's going to win out? This Seahawks defense trying to hang on here, trying to keep the Rams from coming down the field, and you get the feeling that if Bulger gets time, He can't be stopped right now.
Rams need to go about 30 yards to get into field goal range. Falk thought about running before he had possession.
Yeah, and I think Marc Bulger's down. Oh no, it was actually Orlando Pace that was down. You don't see him on the ground hardly ever. That might have been the first time today he was on the ground.
Comes up limping.
Yeah. He's a mountain there on that offensive line, though. He'll go out there and play on the one leg, whatever he's got to do. Wilkins, who has kicked one from 53 yards today, or this year. Rams got to get to Seattle's roughly 35-yard line for him to have a shot.
From their own 36. Wow. Into Seahawks territory, Isaac Bruce. Down to the Seattle 37 with 1 minute remaining.
Plenty of time for the Rams. No need to rush. No need to clock the ball here. We'll stop it.
27-yard pass play from Bulger to Bruce. And now with 52 seconds remaining, the Rams are very, very close to field goal range for Jeff Wilkins.
Well, you know, the Rams lost a game a couple of weeks ago to New Orleans like this. Look at Isaac Bruce here. See, the zones are playing a little softer right now. The holes are a little open because they're trying to defend the deeper pass first. And you're giving those kind of openings. And Isaac Bruce just takes that ball right out of the air aggressively, just ripping it out of the air.
Rams with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. Trail by 3 from the 37. Bulger escapes, and the Seahawks keep him in bounds. Brought down by Marc Bulger at the 34.
Orlando Pace threw a block on Grant Wistrom to allow Bulger to at least gain a few yards on that scramble. You try and pick up the first down here, go up and clock it, and then make a decision whether to kick it or not. They're in good shape here.
3rd down and 7. Bulger.
Wow.
To the outside, and the pass is caught by Dane Looker for a Rams first down. Clock stops. 13 seconds remaining. A gain of 16, and here comes the place kicker, Jeff Wilkins.
You know what? I kind of think that they should take another shot to the end zone here.
I agree.
I mean, there's 13 seconds to go. This is a great throw by Bulger. They get out of bounds. There's 13 seconds here. Seattle can't stop you at this point. Why not take one shot to the end zone? If it's not there, throw it out of the end zone, kick the field goal. But at least, man, go after them one more time. Keep them on their heels. Keep pressure on them.
Similar to that playoff game against Carolina?
Very similar. Except Bulger's razor hot right now.
36-yard attempt. Wilkins' kick to tie the game is good. The Rams have come back from a 17-point fourth-quarter deficit with 8 seconds remaining. We are tied at 27.
Now this gives meaning to Fast and Furious. This fourth quarter is the way Mike Martz wants to play the whole game. Does he like this? Does he live for this stuff? He doesn't want to be down 17 points going into the fourth quarter of many games, but man, like a little kid out there celebrating. I think, though, they should have taken one more shot to the end zone, Kenny. Because even if you get caught in bounds, you probably still have enough time to come up and clock the ball to get your field goal team on the field.
The Rams have scored 17 points in the last 5 minutes, 26 seconds. 2 touchdown passes by Bulger. One to Manu Maliuna, the other to Curtis. And the 36-yard field goal by Wilkins. This game is tied with 8 seconds remaining in the fourth.
You say to yourself, how can this happen? How can a defense that had 3 interceptions and sacks and completely befuddled Martz and his offense for 3.5 quarters become unglued like this? What happens is the mentality is don't give up the big play. Don't give up the touchdown. And you keep playing further and further back. You give up more and more room in the zones. And all of a sudden, Ike Bruce is catching passes underneath, and you're getting plays like they've just made.
Brought out by Kerry Carter. 17-yard return. 4 seconds on the clock.
Kenny, I think people thought this was going to be a great game. This was going to be the marquee matchup here this weekend, and for 3.5 quarters, it didn't really live up to that. But this offense that everybody is scared of is alive and well right now. And it's the passing. It's the passing game of Marc Bulger and the receivers right now that are getting it done. And the defense has forced two big stops here in the fourth quarter to get the ball back for the offense.
So we are headed to overtime here in Seattle. Rams have already played an overtime game this year, lost to New Orleans 2 weeks ago, 28-25. Seahawks led this one 27-10 with just over 5.5 minutes remaining in the fourth. The Rams score 17 points in the final 5 minutes, 34 seconds to tie the game.
Well, if you're Mike Holmgren right now, and you're trying to stay undefeated, and you're trying to be the first Seahawks team to go 4-0, and you want to go to Philadelphia, out of New England undefeated next week, you've got to get your confidence back. You know, you've got to get the offense on the field. But, you know, he knows what way he wants to go. If they lose the flip.
Hasselbeck's going out for the coin toss. What do you think he'll say?
We want the ball, and we're going to score.
We are going into overtime. This will be a sudden death overtime. By rule, each team will have 2 timeouts. Fourth quarter timing rules will be in effect, and instant replay will be conducted from the booth upstairs. This is heads, this is tails. What's the call? Heads is the call. Heads it is. They've won the toss. St. Louis won the toss.
The St. Louis Rams will get the ball first in overtime.